Hi guys, and welcome back to Maths with Miss S. This is part 1 on algebraic long division, and before we get into algebraic long division, let's recap how long division actually worked. Now, if we want to divide 435 by 5, we will need to divide 4 by 5, which doesn't work out, so we're going to expand that to 43 divided by 5, which is 8. We put the 8 on top of the 3, and now we multiply. That's the next step. 8 times 5 is 40. We write 40 underneath the 43 in order to now do the next step, which is subtract. We subtract 40 from 43, and we're left with 3. We then bring down the next position of the number, which is the 5, so we now start over with dividing 35 by 5, which would be 7. We now also multiply 7 by 5, which is 35. We write that underneath the 35 we already have, and we subtract it, and we see that's a 0 remainder there, so we are done with our division. The answer for that division is therefore 87, and that means that if I were to multiply 87 by 5, I would get back to 435. We will now use the same steps on this cubic expression there. Now, whenever we are dividing in algebra, we will just focus on the highest powers we have there involved. So x to the power of 3 is being divided by x, and the result is x to the power of 2. This x to the power of 2 is now being multiplied by x minus 3. So we get x to the power of 3 minus 3x squared. And keep in mind, this is now basically a bracket. So when we're subtracting, we need to get rid of that bracket following the rules of getting rid of brackets, which means we change all the signs of the terms within the bracket, and then we subtract. So we have 6x squared that's remaining, and we bring down the minus 10x and start over with the 6x squared. We're now dividing 6x squared by x, which leaves us with 6x. Since this is a positive value, we're actually writing down plus 6x up there, and we're multiplying the bracket again. Again, when we're subtracting, make sure to change your signs. So all positives turn into negatives, and all negatives turn into positives. And then we have the minus 10x plus 18x giving us 8x. We bring down the minus 24 and do that one last time. So 8x is now divided by x, and we're left with positive 8. So we write down plus 8 on top there, and we now multiply the bracket by plus 8. Now, once we're done with the multiplication, we will now subtract one last time, and that will give us that 0 remainder we were looking for. We are now done with that division, and that means x minus 3 in brackets. If I multiply that by x squared plus 6x plus 8, that will be the same as the original expression, but it's now factorized.